Hello, fourth graders. I just wanted to come on and we're going to be finishing up our articles today. My plan was to make this article writing last for a few more weeks, but I realized that it's too hard for me to teach from a video and then not be there to help you write it, which is not your fault or my fault, it's just the situation right now. So I want you to do your best to try to wrap up your article after this video and submit it to me so I can see it. I will approve whatever you submit me as long as I can tell that you tried. And I apologize for not being able to guide you better through this. But after this lesson's over, I will just do some basic lessons that don't build on each other as much. So anyway, back to the lesson. So at this point, you've already written for me your lead. Let me just find that for a little fast. You've already written for me a headline and a byline, right? You've also written we've used our who, what, when, where, why to write our lead. And today we're going to do an explanation. So when I look at my notes from teaching, it says that after the lead paragraph has been written, the writer must decide what other facts or details the reader might want to know. The writer must make sure that he has enough information to answer any important questions a reader might have after reading the headline and the lead paragraph. This section can also include quotes or from witnesses or bystanders. Okay. So I went ahead and typed up an example, but let's go through it together before I show you the example. So it says, what else might the reader want to know? So my headline is schools provide free lunches to all kids. So after reading that, someone might wonder, well, where are they going to be at? Who's it for, right? We answered a lot of these things already. So I already answered where, I answered who's going to be there, but I didn't say what the ages of kids were. So let me just start this over. So I didn't tell anybody what the ages were of students who could come and get free meals. So let's go ahead and add that to this part and see if that could be our first thing we're going to add. So I can start with any child between the age of 1 and 18 can pick up a meal. The only, they do have to be in the vehicle, right? So if they're not in the vehicle, they can't get a meal. So the only, I'm going to call it a requirement, is that they must be inside the car when they pick up the meal. So that's something that I didn't actually write before. So that's something they might also ask. Let's look at my next question. Have I answered all the important questions that might be asked? I think so. Oh, something that I did know is that what if a family can't get to the pickup line? Like, what if they don't have a car? So I know that some teachers have volunteered to deliver meals to kids. So I might say that. Some teachers have volunteered to deliver meals to families who cannot get to the schools. That probably answers that question, right? Can you think of any more questions they might have? Okay, so I answered my questions. Those things are both done. So the last part that I have is, are there any quotes? So a quote is when someone says something. Remember, we use those quotation marks, these little guys, to go around a quote, right? Something that someone says. So right now you could quote me and say that I just said a quote is when someone says something. Or if I'm reading a book and it says, let's pretend like it's Harry Potter. I could say, maybe Harry said, look out. Whoops. The wizard is coming. So he said it out loud, right? He said, look out, he's coming. So a quote is something that someone says about it. So usually I have you go interview someone in our school or on the phone, but I'm not with you and I can't control where you go right now. So if you want to interview someone in your house and ask for a quote from them, like you could ask them, what do you think about the virus? Or you could ask, how do you feel about the schools closing? Those are questions you could ask your family, or you could even ask yourself. You could say, self, how do I feel? So you could even put in there a quote from yourself. I'm going to put a quote from myself just because I don't have anybody else here besides my husband and my son to ask. So I will let you make up a quote in this situation if you'd like to, or you can ask your parents, you can ask your sister or brother, you can ask yourself. So my quote is from myself. So I got to watch my nephew a few weeks ago. We got meals for him because he's 5, so he got to go pick up a meal with me. So it was a really good, just really made it really easy for me because I had to feed my baby August and my nephew, and so it made it really easy for me to have lunchtime. So I'm going to say my quote would be, this service makes lunchtime so much easier. And then after I type in whatever I said, I'm going to put my name or whoever said it. So I'm going to say says Tessa Brandenburg, and that would be how I would leave that sentence. Okay? So that's what my explanation is. Remember, when you do yours is going over the virus, right? Sorry, some music in the background. So yours is about the schools closing. So I wrote up an example lead up here. This is probably something similar to what you will have in yours. And you're going to answer these questions. What else might the reader want to know? Have I answered all the important questions that might have been asked? And then are there any quotes I want to include? So I need you to have at least 2 more sentences. But beyond that, if you don't want to write any more than that, that's fine. I understand this is something that's pretty hard to do without me there guiding you as you do it. So do your best. I will read whatever you put forth the effort for, and I will trust that you tried your hardest. Yep, good luck. Miss you guys.